Salam sejahtera to Mr. Haris Fadillah bin Hasan. My name is Vinoshan, son of Nadason, and my metric number is 19DDT21F1015, and I am from class DDT3B. Today, I'll be explaining in detail regarding my problem-based task for open source operating system subject. So let's have a look at the question. This is my front page. So the first question is, you work for a small private company and the owner is really trying to save money. She comes to you with an advertisement for an open source product that she read about in a magazine. The ads state the only solution you will ever need to get a freedom. Your boss thinks that the company should totally change to use the open source application and no longer use the licensing product anymore. She asks you to prepare all the documentation for suggestion open source product for operating system, application software such as Office, Internet, email, graphics, entertainment application, and servers, and for web-based administration tools, including your justification that meets the hardware requirement specification in the Office. So my answer to this question is, the first point is operating system. Linux operating system has various versions, aka distributions that will suit the users with different levels of computer literacy. The most popular Linux distributions also include Ubuntu Linux, Arch Linux, Fedora Linux, Mint, Debian, and also OpenSUSE. The next point is application software. So Apache Open Office is a free office software package published under the Apache 2.0 license. It use cases include word processing, presentations, graphics, spreadsheets, database, and etc. The suite stores data in the open document ODF format, is capable of reading and writing files from other common Office software package. And the third is server. Server is a computer system that distributes data from web pages to end users over the internet using hypertext transfer protocol, which is HTTP. Apache HTTP server is the most popular web server with 45% of websites using it as of November 2018, according to W3T Text. Built with Internet Services Company has encountered 62,624,303 live websites using Apache. And the next is web-based and administration tool. Cockpit is an open source Linux server administration solution. You can do things like starting containers, managing storage, configuring the network, and inspecting logs. It is also capable of controlling and monitoring multiple servers at the same particular time. And all you need to do is include the systems you want to monitor, and Cockpit will see after that. So some of its feature includes manage the user's account, modify network settings, web-based shell in terminal window, visualize the system performance, gather the system configurations and diagnostic informations, and also manage Docker containers. With their excellent documentation, you can get it installed and start monitoring your servers quickly. So the second question is, you are an IT specialist for a large financial institution in California. You have just finished college with a degree in information system management. This IT job is the first in your career line. You have recently been tasked by the IT manager to apply the open source application in the institution within the due date given. The manager gives a few tasks to you to be done. The task must be done in Linux operating system, the task is as below. So the first one is the first task will be create one example shell script using the VI editor. So the first one is we put bin/bash, and then we will get all this output, and then after that we will have to enter our username, and then the next is I'll put the command pwd, and then we will get touch OSOS, and then we will get vi OSOS ls, and then we will also get ls-l, and we will get all these outputs below, and then we will also get chmod x or OSOS, and also -/OSOS, and then we will have to enter the name, which is Vinoshan. So once I've entered the name, I will get hi, you entered Vinoshan. So the next task which is asked to be done is create configuration for internet connection. So internet connection wizard. So the first step is go to the settings and find for the network option, and then click the plus button. After that, create any type of name for an identity. So let's say we have already entered into the settings, so we have to click the network tab, and then we have to go to identity, and we have to name the file. So we will name the profile as ppt OSOS. And then step 2 is to go to IPv4 section and insert the IP address manually. And then after that, click the add button. So then after that, after we go to the identity, after we have put the name ppt OSOS, we have to go to the IP address and enter the correct IP address. And once we have already entered the IP address, we need to click add so that the IP address will be added. And then step 3 is click the ppt OSOS to verify the changes. So once we have already done the profile ppt OSOS, we will get to see the profile here. So then after that, we need to click this ppt OSOS to verify the other changes. And then this is also one of the things that we have to do in step 3. And then the third task which is given is to add, display, and change user and group accounts. So users and groups. So step 1 is open printer options in settings. So we have to go to settings, and then we have to go to the printer tab below here, and then we will get this page where we have no printers and we have to add the printers. So then after that, the second step is to add a new printer. So we have to click the button add to add a new printer. And then the third is authentication. So we have to go to Windows printer via Samba, and then enter all these details below. And then the fourth step is to choose the driver. So to choose the driver, we provide PPD file. And the fifth step is select PPD file. So we select this PPD file in download step. And then step 6 is to choose the drivers. So we will choose this driver, but we have to provide PPD files, and then we need to choose this driver, and then we need to click the button forward, so the thing will be forwarded. And then step 7 is installable options. So installable options is we need to put the input trace, finisher or output trace, and also hole punch unit. So we need to click the correct options, and then we need to press the button forward. And then the next is step 8, describe the printer. So we will describe the printer. So we need to put a short name for this printer. So I'm putting the short name as follow me printer. And then we click the button apply, so that the name of the printer will change to the name that I have put, which is follow me. And then step 9 is properties. We need to go to properties. And then after we go to properties, we need to go to step 10, printer options. So once you select properties, you go to printer option, and then you need to make sure all these changes are done, and then click OK. And then the last task is also to add, display, and change users and group accounts. So the fourth task is also the same, where we need to add, display, and change the users and group accounts, users and groups. So the first one is A. We put cd user add and group add command can use for create user and group. So then we have to put pwd, and once I put pwd, I'll get /home/Vinoshan, and then sudo user at Vino, and then I have to enter my password. And once I've added once I've put the password and I press the enter button, I will then have to enter this command sudo passwd Vino, and then I have to retype the new password and put the new password again for confirmation. And after I've put these two, I have to press enter, and then it will show me password is updated successfully. And then after that, I have to add the command sudo group at BMW, and then sudo user mode -A -G BMW Vino, and then sudo gturn group. And once I have put sudo gturn group and enter, the gturn group command is to see the groups. So this is what I can see once I've added the sudo gturn group command. And then chown command is to change the owner, and chrgp command is to change the group. So first of all, I'll put cd documents / and then after that ls -L, and then I'll get this output, which is total 4. And then after that, I'll get this output as well. And then after that, after I click enter, I have to enter sudo chown vino meow, and also after that enter sudo chrgrp bmw meow, and then ls -L, and I will get this output. And then question 3 is use the internet, books or other resources to learn more about 3 Linux window managers or desktop environment that were not discussed in this chapter. For each, describe its common usage and benefits over other window managers and desktop environments. In addition, list how each was developed. So the answer is Xmonad. So Xmonad is a free and open source dynamic tiling window manager for Linux. So it is written in Haskell and comes with a configuration file that helps you to personalize its behavior to your preference. So Xmonad automatically resizes and also arranges the windows on screen, okay, and then tiling them. This is what a tiling window manager does. It is to move the focus using the keyboard. Use the Alt+J or Alt+K keyboard shortcuts. The focus also follows the mouse. So all of you have to do is to hover your cursor over a window to focus it. So one of Xmonad's biggest advantage is that it automates the window arrangement for you so that you can focus better on getting your work done. As for its feature set, the program offers an extensive extension libraries, Sine Brahma support for multi-display setups and on-the-fly reconfigurations, among others. And then the next one is Awesome. Awesome started as a fork of DWM Dynamic Window Manager, but later evolved into a full-fledged Linux window manager of its own. So one of the program's aim has been to offer a fast and simple window management solution without compromising the advanced functionalities. And for the most biggest part, it has managed to live up to that. It's written in Lua, which is a powerful programming language with an extensive scope of use with regards to customization. If you are a power user who wants to complete over the GUI and window management, Awesome can get you pretty much everything you desire with a well documented API to aid you along the way. And one of the aspects that make Awesome stand out from some other of the window manager is that instead of using the Xlib library, which is known to induce latency, it uses synchronous XCM library that ensures your actions aren't subject to as much as latency. And then the last one is ICE WM. It is a stacking window management written in C++. It is focused entirely on delivering fast and smooth window management experience, which makes it perfect for underpowered Linux machine. However, despite being lightweight, the program doesn't compromise on essential usability and customizability. It uses plain text file, which is far easier to modify and makes customization as a breeze. Not just that, it also offers documented guide to assist you in modifying the configuration file. And plus, there are random or read useful tool tips here they are to get you acquainted with the GUI elements and their functionalities. An interesting GUI addition in IceWM is the built-in taskbar at the bottom that further simplifies managing and organizing app windows and workspace on the desktop. Similarly, it also offers support for both RandR, SignRama, which is a nice touch to help you with multi-monitor setups. Question 4. Linux is a clone of Unix, the multi-user operating system which can be accessed by many users simultaneously. Linux can also be used in mainframes and servers without any modification, but this raises security concerns as an unsolicited or malign user can corrupt, change, or remove crucial data. For effective security, Linux divides authorization into two levels, which is ownership and permission. The concept of Linux file and ownership is created in Linux. As your network administrator, you need to give a detailed description to all your staff in organization. Your explanation need to cover the important part of the ownership in Linux, and also what users should know about the permission in Linux. So my answer to this question is every Linux system have three types of owners. There are user, group, and other. A user is one who created the file by default. Who creates the file becomes the owner of the file. A user can create, delete, or modify the file. A group can contain multiple users. All the users belonging to a group have same access permission for a file. Anyone who has access to the file other than the user and group comes in the category of other. There are three types of permissions, which is read, write, and also execute. A read permission on the file enables users to read the contents of the file. It is denoted by R, where it is defined character, and it is denoted by 4 when it is defined by a number. A write permission also allows user to modify or delete file. It is denoted by W when it is defined by the character, and it is denoted by 2 when it is defined by the number. An execute permission allows a user to run the file as a script or an executable. It is denoted by X when it is defined by the character, and it is denoted by 1 when it is defined by number. You can set the file permissions with chmod command. Both the root users and files owners can set file permissions. Chmod has two modes, which is symbolic and numeric mode. So set permissions in symbolic mode. The following tables will show you the mathematical symbols that are used to set, reset, and remove permission bits for the file of the folder. So if you can see in the table that the plus sign is to add the permission, the minus sign is to remove the permission, and the equal sign is to set exactly the permission. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present my answers to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.